Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of Kabukimonogatari, but today I'm going to be checking out episode 2, and last time in episode 1, we were introduced to a very fascinating new character by the name of Ogi Oshino. And despite the fact that she had a very fascinating and extremely mysterious introduction, I failed to even acknowledge her. Yeah, I didn't mention her. Not once, not one frickin' time in that whole video did I acknowledge that she exists. I have no idea why. And justifyingly so, many of you called me out on that because I just didn't even mention her. Not once, not one time did I even acknowledge that she exists. I just can't even wrap my head around it. I don't know what happened. She just somehow got voided from my brain, and I didn't even realize I had not mentioned her until I started editing the video, but just how? How did I not even think to mention her? I guess her introduction was just that mysterious to the point where I couldn't even comprehend the fact that she exists. That and the fact that the rest of the episode centers around, you know,
time travel!
And as I mentioned, I'm a big fan of time travel, but one thing I'm more fond of than time travel is interesting characters. And she happens to be a very interesting one, especially even with just her name alone. For starters, Oshino. Yeah, make you think of anybody? Not sure how she would connect to old Meme, but interesting to think about. But what she did have to offer for the episode was a conversation with Araragi about traffic lights and how there's always a 3-second interval where all of the lights are red, which helps keep people safe and all that. And she brought up the weird conundrum in that, say for example, if all of the traffic lights were red, that would signal that there was danger because they're red. But conversely, them being red makes things more safe because nobody would go. But if all of the lights were green, signaling safety, things would be significantly more dangerous as everyone would think it'd be good to go and they'd get into a bunch of car accidents. So it's a contradiction, a really weird contradiction. Basically, the perception of safety actually makes things more dangerous than if you believe that everything is dangerous. Even bringing up the fact that you can't even walk along the sidewalk without there being a slim chance of a drunk driver veering off course and violently killing you. There's always a chance that's going to happen. I mean, realistically, there's always a chance that anything could happen, no matter where you are. There's always a chance you could be sitting in your house and a freaking meteorite will crash down and kill you. There's no absolute safety at any point. All we have is the feeling of safety. So yeah, she had some really interesting perspective that I greatly like to hear more of, at least if I could remember to log it away into my brain this time. But besides her introduction, we got some other stuff going on involving Shinobu. Araragi and Shinobu decided to travel back to the past just by one day because Araragi wanted to go and talk to Mayoi. He wanted to help her out with her problems, at least return her backpack a bit. So they decide to violate the laws of time and space and go back to try and do so. But unfortunately for them, they kind of overshot by a good amount as they went more than 11 years back into the past rather than just a single day. However, this does bring up something. If they traveled back far enough, if they went back to before Mayoi became a ghost, they could theoretically stop her from becoming a ghost, which I'm hoping that's going to be coming up as the plot point here, right? But it definitely would tie back into what they were saying. Like, the question was, is Mayoi happy being a ghost? Is she content? Or would she rather still be alive? Well, now they have their chance to put that into action. Of course, if they're going to be asking the Mayoi of the past, who's not dead, I'm sure she would say that she would rather not be dead, but what current ghost Mayoi would say, that's up in the air. So, apologies again for not mentioning Ogi Oshino. I'm dumb, as we've already confirmed. But now, let's just begin episode 2. After such a long wait. Sorry for this one taking so long too, but I was working on Halloween videos. Cool. So, unless Araragi's trolling us right now, everyone in the world is dead. Just the entire world has reached apocalypse due to him saving Mayoi. How? I have no freaking idea, because what event would have happened between these 11 years that her being alive would cause Maybe it's just that, when you mess with time, radical, terrible things will happen. It's like frickin' Marvel What If episode 4. He tried to save her from dying and it resulted in the world being destroyed, and well, it's the exact same frickin' thing here, right? Well, if the world were annihilated, what's he gonna do now? I mean, can they go back and try again? He'd have to give Shinobu some more blood, unless there's a whole bunch of spiritual energy there now that everyone's dead. Most peculiar. Oh well, anyway. Yeah, that was fascinating. It was just mostly, just him going around trying to find Mayoi so he could stop her from dying, and then the moment he finds her, he very nearly screws it up, and then just in clutch manages to save her life, but in turn dooming everybody else apparently. Unless we're getting trolled. I'm not going to deny that is a possibility here. And may I point out that what he said when they returned to the present was, he said they returned to the nostalgia of the present, which is just, that's actually a pretty cool line. When the present becomes nostalgic, thanks to time travel, that's interesting. And yeah, he didn't even hesitate. He didn't even think, oh no, what if she doesn't want to be saved from being a ghost? He just did it. He didn't even tie it back into the question from before. He just went right for it. Shinobu didn't stop him either. She's like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. Let's give it a shot. Even though she thought it would probably fail. It didn't. It went very well. Araragi has a terrible habit of just harassing little girls like that, though. I mean, he just does it all the freaking time. Any opportunity he gets, he just takes it, and it's just... He doesn't even have a loophole that can save him, like with Mayoi being a 20-year-old ghost. Didn't got any of that. And man, I thought he learned something back in Nisei. He finally got a taste of his own medicine and decided he wouldn't do that stuff anymore. I mean, he learned it briefly, but I guess that character progression just had to get lost. Maybe it went away after Mayoi said, "Nah, it's cool. I wanted you to treat me like that. I was cool with it." And I guess he decided to backpedal after that, huh? Yeah, but that was ghost Mayoi, not living Mayoi. Come on. And Hanekawa certainly did not share that sentiment. At least, young Hanekawa wouldn't. Have mercy, such a weird character trait. I know they're playing it up as him being deplorable. They brought up the most respectable guy ever, Araragi, but man, it's just... Anyway, I guess that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That would be great. Next time, episode 3, we'll see the aftermath of him saving Mayoi. Is the world truly destroyed? And if so, what destroyed it? That's something we're gonna have to wait and see about. It will be the penultimate one of the arc. Plenty of time to see exactly what he's gonna do about this here. I mean, if it comes down to it and the world is destroyed, well, he's got no choice but to go back and stop himself from saving her. Is that what he's gonna have to do? If he travels back again, is he gonna have to go back and stop himself, or is he just gonna, just go back and then just not save her? How's the time stream gonna work with this? Those ones are always weird. When you go back in time and do something, and if you want to go back again, the other you who went back the first time is still there, so you have to stop them. And that would be weird. I don't know why I'm getting a feeling that the world isn't even actually annihilated and he's just messing with us or something, but I don't know, it's just a hunch I've got. I could be wrong, I probably am, but I'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, what an episode that was. Very reminiscent of Bake, which makes sense. It takes place in the past, so why not reference the original Bake while you're at it? It does end up feeling weirdly nostalgic, even though I reacted to it only like a few months ago. Like 5 months ago. Has it been like 5 months since I've started this series? Man, what is up with me? I can't get these out fast enough. Whatever, I'm dragging this out too long. Long story short, this was a pretty, actually, funny episode. Very silly in terms of a lot of what was actually happening all the way up until, well, the world got blown up, but still, it actually was pretty funny. I especially loved the joke of Hanekawa tricking him by giving him the frickin' directions to the police station. Just, man, that is a great troll. Can you imagine a kid actually pulling that off against some creep? That would just be amazing. So like I said, that's it, guys. Till we meet again, I will see you guys all later.